subscribing today.
Subscribe.
Thank you to our 1,000th subscriber. From what? From how many? Went 56 to 1,000.
1,000. Maybe we just keep imagining it so it'll happen.
Yeah, I think that's how it works.
Yeah.
So
we could be grateful for our 1,000 subscribers. They will appear.
Yeah. I'm grateful for other things than just subscribers, though you do mean a lot to us.
This is true.
Again. All right. So I'm going to start our 10-minute timer, and we're going to talk about cultivating genuine gratitude in life, to be grateful for things, yeah? How to really feel grateful about things that happen to you.
Wow. Yeah, I was telling you right before we started, I've thought a lot about this, but before you even mentioned it.
That's good, because I haven't given it one thought.
No, I mean, but it was like not because you said it. It was something I'd been thinking about because there are. Well, should I start here? Or you want to? Yeah,
do it. No,
because I
get the ball rolling.
Okay, so it's no secret to our thousand subscribers that. So I've been meditating for getting close to I think about 7 years ish right now, right? So there are gratitude practices, right? And I've done quite a few of them, but I've also thought about in traditional Buddhism, what is gratitude practice? But then there are also modern meditation teachers who do them. And then there's also kind of new agey gratitude practices. And I was thinking about it. So actually a few days ago, I actually started thinking about it. It's like, so it was something I'd been giving thought to. And I do gratitude practice sometimes. I used to do it where I'd go to bed and just try to be still for a moment and just recall maybe 3 to 5 things in the day that I was grateful for. Are you laughing? Go ahead.
Okay. Cool.
Right?
Do it.
So now
you do you.
You do you. So I mean, I've read, listened to, they talk about there's been a lot of psychological research that if you can just recall things that you're grateful for, it could be transformative, right? It could kind of transform a kind of negative tendency to a more positive tendency, right? So the thing, though, that can happen, and like I said, can it be forced? I was starting to think to myself, and what is it like in like early Buddhism? Did they really do this? Because you hear people say, you should have a gratitude list and write down all the gratitude things with new agey music in the background. I get a little, right? So I was thinking about it, and in Buddhism, they from what I understand, right? I'm not a Buddhist scholar. I just want to be clear about that. But there is this idea.
Out of anyone in this room, you're the expert.
Fine.
So go on.
Okay, so but there is this idea of kind of you could call it like kind of bottom down gratitude, right? Where gratitude is seen as something a part of being a person with integrity. Right? If you have gratitude, if you can recognize the kind acts that people have done for you or the things that done for you, that means that, and it's almost the way that you think of a benefactor, because there's even a practice like meta practice, where you think of a benefactor. A benefactor is someone who's helped you, right? And you wish them well and you wish them joy and health or whatever. So in that sense, if someone has helped you or if there's been a benefactor, just being grateful to that by one way of showing gratitude is by being a person of integrity, right? So there's this kind of, from the bottom, and there's also this idea is that if you kind of at the beginning of meditation practice things like recalling your parents, recalling good acts that people have done for you, or just saying, it's so many things. You could wake up in the morning and just actually, invite the breath and just think about, thank you for this breath. Thank you for the fact that I woke up today, because not even the next breath is guaranteed, right? So if you start meditation or try to even just wake up in the morning in that way, it kind of lays the groundwork for calming the mind and being able to be then more present. Right? Does that make sense? Right? So you're actually, and then you could say though, we talked about this, I have so much to say. This could be just me talking for 10 minutes.
I know, but it's okay. You're doing great.
Thanks.
I'm grateful.
Thanks.
That you're holding us up with this episode. I can just sit here and look pretty.
And you do it so well. I'm so grateful for your beauty, man. So there's this idea that by recalling that, it can kind of just get you out of a little bit of a negativity trap. Now, there's that whole thing of, toxic positivity and those things where it's like, I'm grateful and I'm really grateful for the without the lying to your stuff. I mean, we all during the day, this fucking sucks. I hate this. There's so much.
Then that's not genuine. That's what the whole point is here. Genuine.
Yeah, well, that's
gratitude,
the thing.
not
the idea is that you don't want to pretend that bad things don't happen. You can pretend. You could still say, God, my apartment, I'd like a bigger apartment, and I'd like to try to get maybe a bigger apartment, but I have a place to live, right? And I'm warm and I have water. So just to be able to recall certain things to be grateful for can help you already get out of that trap. But then it can help you be more present because you're not being consumed by all these negative thoughts. Maybe you
What are
can
we
comment
talking
on
about
something.
today, Craig?
Gratitude.
Being present.
Yeah, it's that. But wait. Do you have something to say about what I said? Because it could lead to what you just said.
I have lots.
Go ahead.
I do kind of have lots to say. Maybe on a slightly different path than you, though.
Go ahead.
I don't want to be jumping in and
No,
interrupting.
jump in. But I'll close it with a complete opposite idea of it.
Cool. I just wanted to say, like, there are people out there who maybe aren't grateful for lots of things in this world because they feel they're owed too much. And if you wake up every morning feeling like you're not owed anything, you'll be and here another thing, not thinking too much about what could happen in the future or what has happened in the past, but living now, being present, you can experience real gratitude.
Yeah.
Then you can really feel it and express it because you really will be grateful for this moment, this breath that we're living in right now.
Yeah.
But like I said, there are too many people out there who maybe think, why did they do this to me? Why did they do that to me? And then when something good happens, they think, that's how it should be.
A sense of
I'm
entitlement.
not grateful because I deserved that.
Yeah.
Instead of just like, waking up in the morning and going, nobody owes me anything. The world doesn't owe me anything. I will take my self-responsibility and go and get what I want and be grateful for it.
Presence.
Being present, exactly. I had something else to say, but now I'm going to pass that back to Craig because I'm drawing a blank. Maybe it'll come to me in a minute. Talk,
okay, but
we'll
I like that you talked about presence because what I was talking about was that kind of before you even meditate, you and I from a personal experience, I find it actually can be helpful, right? If you remind yourself and recall good things in your life or think of a person you love and send them good wishes, send yourself good wishes, that can help you actually calm the mind and kind of open your heart a little bit where you are able to then be a little bit more present. So, and like I said, if you then think, but from that, you I mentioned in I think maybe last episode, Eckhart Tolle would be with his German pronunciation. Right, he's funny. There's a million teachers, but he some more kind of modern non-dualistic teachers like I mentioned also Locke Kelly, Adi Ashanti, but they're not just these guys. Stephen Bowden, there's a lot of them. So. There's something that he says, there's a kind of you're talking about genuine gratitude. This false gratitude is trying to convince yourself about, I should be happy for this rain. I should be happy for this, right? And then it's like false gratitude. His theory, but this is kind of like top down, right? And I think both can work. They both point to the same place, right? But his theory is presence will bring you gratitude, this aliveness. For example, if you're drinking a glass of water, if you're really feeling the glass touch your lips, the water going down your throat, on your tongue, you're actually living all the sensations and you're there for the water. From that naturally arises a sense of genuine gratitude. So the whole key is touching into that kind of open awareness. And this goes back to the last episode when we talked briefly about the happy days of penis cancer, right? So
why do you keep bringing up penis cancer?
Because it's something really, I imagine, that sucks.
Oh yeah.
Right. So, all right. So, in this theory, let's just lighten the load here a little bit and say you're stuck outside your house on a rainy day and you can't find your keys. Let's keep it.
That's better.
Let's keep it a little bit easier to deal with, right?
That I can deal with.
But seriously though, if you go, you can be grateful for these difficult moments because they can be a sense of growth. But it's not that you're happy for the bad thing. You're happy that you have a loving awareness or this presence that can hold it all, right? So like, for example, you're caught out in the rain. You don't have your keys, right? You can be like, I'm so mad. I can't believe this always happens to me. This is horrible. Or you can be,
We lost the camera.
we lost the camera. That's your camera this time.
How is this possible?
I don't know.
How is this possible?
But I'm grateful, genuinely grateful. We have 3 cameras, and so there's still 2.
Oh, I can't even look at your camera. There you go.
Yeah,
but you've
look in
got
the
yours.
mirror.
You've
I've
got
got
your
mine.
close up.
Yeah.
You got your close up, and we got a wide for me.
We got a wide.
Okay, wide for me.
Yeah.
Okay.
Funny.
That's good.
So
yeah, that's weird.
it's weird, right? So from this idea that you know, you like you said, you're stuck out in the rain. Instead of that, instead of complaining about it, what happens is just noticing it brings peace. Right? You notice it. I'm stuck outside in the rain. And if you could be present for it, and even if it's painful, allow yourself to feel the pain. Not deny it and pretend it's good.
Acid rain.
Acid rain makes it even harder. It makes it even harder to,
go on,
be
sorry.
okay.
I didn't mean to throw a joke in
If
there.
you're able to, with this kind of acknowledge that it's difficult, because you can't just pretend, oh, it's great because this, you know, like I said, if you go to the therapist and a woman says, my husband is an alcoholic and he beats me, I'm so happy he's my spiritual teacher, that's going to definitely set some red flags for your therapist. I mean, but this idea of like, you know, I'm stuck out in the rain, right? Allowing yourself to feel the frustration and then just allowing yourself and noticing it without all that extra dialogue and letting it dissolve and be present for it and feeling it, it kind of self-liberates, right? So you're not grateful for being stuck out in the rain, but you're grateful for the peace you were able to find even though you were stuck out in the rain. Does that make any sense at all?
I say find your inner child and run around in the rain with no umbrella. Why not?
Yeah, why not?
Find your inner child.
You can also shift your perspective that way.
We are
singing in the rain.
I would singing in the rain.
Yeah.
I would end with one little thought that Craig just awoke in my brain then.
Go.
That we are all capable of experiencing genuine gratitude. We are born capable of it. It's great that there are lots of people who want to teach you how to do it for the people who struggle, but it is something in us that is there and can be awoken.
I think it's completely accessible by everybody.
It is.
I do. And I would actually propose to anyone who wants to a little kind of thought experiment, even the kind of bottom-up one, because I think that could be really helpful.
What are we doing here? What bottom-up experiment?
Yes. Okay.
I'm here for my prostate exam. What is this?
Okay.
Grateful.
Okay. Ready?
Oh.
So, anyhow, no. Just this idea of really, before you go to bed, to take a moment of sitting still so you're a little bit present. Breathe for a moment. You could put your hand on your heart. You could put your hands on your lap, whatever. Just take a deep breath, feel your body, and really go through the day. Even if you have some thoughts, man, today sucked. Smile at those thoughts and say, thank you for taking care of me. Thank you, free them.
Thank you for making me stronger.
No, don't do that. Just, smile at them. Thank you for your input. And then just try to recall 3 things that, even though it was the worst day of my last year, can I find 3 things that were good about it and actually sit with them for a second and recall the sensations those good things gave me. I think if you do that regularly, there could be some benefits.
Cool. Grateful for you, dude.
Grateful for you, dude.
Grateful for all of you. Don't forget to subscribe.
Don't forget. Boom.